This is Two Takes, One Marriage.
I'm Jonah.
And I'm Susan.
We'll be talking about whatever is on our minds.
The random thoughts, the funny stuff, and the conversations that probably didn't need microphones.
Real love, real life, really funny.
Welcome back. How you doing, babe?
Excited to be here.
Yeah.
Wish-
How was the trip?
We had a good time.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoyed the boat more than the island we went to,
Yeah.
because it was just like basically just a beach with a big old pool that you could go to, and the beach was rocky, and I was like, I would just prefer Destin over this, honestly.
Yeah.
And
It was okay.
we were on the one side, and they kept kicking people out of the water because the waves apparently were too much. But I've seen worse
Yeah, but again,
worse currents in Destin than.
But Destin is a public beach. This is a private. This is their property. This is considered their property. So they are liable. So if someone were to drown, they are liable. So if there are waves that are just too much, especially on the rocky.
They had a yellow flag up. Like, it's not gonna.
I know, but still, that's a liability that they have to keep in mind when you have over 200 guests hanging out there. But yeah, no, if we probably did one of the excursions on the island itself,
That would have made it worth it.
it probably would have been a lot more fun. But most of the excursions cost some money that we weren't willing to spend for that.
But we ended up spending money on the boat.
Yeah,
instead,
but that was different. It was
Yeah.
like to do shows and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't crazy. And we spent money on the arcade. I mean, you have to spend money on an arcade anywhere you go.
Yeah.
That's not.
And I bought me a $200 watch for $100 off, basically.
Yeah.
So
That was really good. And there was no taxes because that was overseas. So that was nice.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Yeah.
Got to see some comedy shows.
Yeah, saw comedy shows. I really enjoyed. The food was okay.
I love the guided burgers.
The guy's burger, he said, was his favorite.
But the other buffets were,
He did keep up with the Braves, so if we'll just go into our Braves update real quick, and then we'll get back into the cruise.
Yeah. So we had a rough homestand this past weekend. We had a pretty exciting game one. I wish I was at it. We came back 3 times in the game to finally walk it off at the end. The guy that we called up, Trump, for Baldwin going down, hit the walk-off. And I'm honestly tired of seeing us load the bases and us not doing anything in the 9th inning. I might as well just get 3 outs than getting our hopes up, because it's happened 3 times this year where we had a chance to win it, and we walk 3 and get the bases loaded, and the last 3 people just don't do anything. But Acuna's got to figure it out. He's not having the greatest start to the season, but he does hit. A lot of the times he does hit when we need him to. On Sunday, he didn't, and we lost our second series of the year. But Olsen finally had a home run tonight after about 3 weeks. So the offense kind of dipped down a little bit, but we're still good. I don't think there's a timeline on Baldwin coming back yet. For now, I don't really think there's much injury reports, but yeah, Baldwin had a grade 1 oblique strain, so hopefully he'll be back soon in the next couple weeks. But Yeah, continuing. We're still have the best record in baseball, so and we're still way above our division and lead. So
Well, it'll be fun.
we're going to a game next week. First game of the year.
Yes, we are.
A week from today, or a week from tomorrow, actually.
A week from tomorrow. I was hoping that I might be able to get to leave work early, but I have a feeling that that won't happen because of the trip and everything. And it's our audit season, so
Yeah, I wanted to go to this game because they're giving the Baldwin crossover jersey, hockey jersey away. So I want to get there early and get that.
and to get one, he has to be there at like 5 o'clock,
Yeah,
which is when I'm
when
getting off work.
you get off work. So
And then I have to fight traffic to get there. So
yeah,
the thing is that depending on the day, he might have to send me my ticket. Honestly.
well, I think I'm going to have to.
Yeah.
But we're also sitting at Home Run Alley. So first time I've ever sat over there.
Let's just hope it doesn't rain.
Yeah, because there's not really anywhere to go. Well, I mean, there's still spots to go, but
Yeah, we would just have to stay in the whole time. Yeah. And then we also have a game June 19th, I think.
yeah, we have 2 games. We're going to 2 games this month.
Yeah. The Brewers versus the Braves. It's tickets for our birthday.
Yeah.
As one group gift. And so it'll be me, her, Jonah, and my stepdad. And we're all going to be going to watch the Brewers Braves game because I always like to watch the Brewers and the Braves at least one time in the year, in person is ideal. And typically I do root for the Brewers. Even though we're here, I root for them because to me, it's a win either way. So that's what I like about those games is like I can cheer for everybody and I win either way. There's no losing for me.
Oh, you also don't take it as serious as I do.
That's also true, but still, I can get
Win for
sometimes. So back to the cruise.
yeah, we did take videos or
Yeah,
and put that all
I
together.
have to, yeah, we took pictures, videos. I've got to get all of it together. I've got to get it uploaded. Um, I've got to do some finessing and just work on editing that out. We didn't do a lot of videos and pictures as much as I thought we were gonna do because we were focused on being with each other and enjoying each other's company and enjoying the moments that we were experiencing.
Yeah, because it was my first cruise and
And it was my first cruise as like an official adult. And when we got back, I'm still a little rocky, but like I can sometimes still feel like I'm on a boat for a second.
yeah, she was pretty nauseous last night.
Yeah, it's been bad. And I don't remember that when I was a kid. I don't remember that at all.
Was it
So
a short cruise like we did?
I feel like it was longer. I feel like it was longer. But I fully don't remember how long it was. But I definitely don't remember feeling this jolted afterwards. And I don't know if it's because I kept moving, like, we were in the car. I didn't feel it when we originally got off this ship, and when we got to the car and we started driving, I didn't feel it at all. It
Yeah.
was when we got home
And we
and
were like unpacking.
we were
and stuff.
unpacking and I was finally sitting down, I started feeling like wave of like I just came off the water of Lake Allatoona and I've been on there all weekend long. But it's not as bad today. I'm glad we took a day off. We got back yesterday, Monday night from the cruise,
Yeah.
and we took Tuesday off to kind of give us a break in between, do laundry, clean the house, like do things that we normally would have done.
Yeah, it was nice to be able to do that because we didn't do that for our. We drove straight throughout to Utah like in August and then drove straight back, and we didn't have a day in between.
Yeah.
Just both went right back to work. So
Yeah. So it was nice to have today to kind of recoup. Um, especially with like my slight dizziness of Rocky still. Um, so yeah, definitely something to keep in mind when you go on a cruise. Just know that will be a thing.
what's on the agenda today?
We're just talking about our cruise today.
Okay.
That's the whole episode.
So a short episode today.
Well, I was gonna ask you, different things about the cruise.
Yeah.
Like, what did you think about our cruise ship?
Well, our cruise ship, we found out, is 20 years old.
Yes.
The one we went on, it's the Carnival Glory, and it was established in '05. So
03.
'03. So it's over 20 years old. It's 23 years old,
Mm-hmm.
depending on when it was built in the year.
I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it said 2003. Yeah, and
Well, I mean, depending on like when it was like.
you could tell that this was a
Yeah, we had
old cruise. There were some hiccups, like random times there would be things in the way saying,
our first,
"Please
yeah,
detour," and we'd have to go around and you know.
our first morning
So,
breakfast. Was it our first morning?
yes, it was our first morning breakfast.
Yeah, we were in the buffet line. It was long.
The buffet lines on, I guess, in like port days, like when you go to a port, depending on when you get up there, like maybe get up there later. I don't know. We went later the second day and it was nobody.
Yeah.
But when we got up there at like 8 in the morning, lines upon lines upon lines for the omelet bar, because they have omelet stations all
Yeah.
around for breakfast that are included in your cruise package. And then they have the buffet breakfast, which is also included in your cruise package. When I tell you the buffet lines were so ridiculously long. It was crazy ridiculous. So then we finally find one that's not decently bad to wait in. So we're standing there and we're grabbing food and we get to almost the very end where
We get
all the
to,
actual
yeah,
food is, not
yeah.
like the first parts are like parfaits,
Mhm.
drinks, oatmeal, like small things. So we're waiting for the egg, sausage, all those things, which are further down. As soon as we get up there, water starts dripping from the ceiling and they tell us to go to a different line. I was already stressed with how many people were like around me. I get anxiety when there's like a lot of people, crowded people, and we're all trying to like smush like sardines. Like that's how it feels sometimes to me. And I can get anxious because I feel like I can't breathe sometimes. And I think it's probably just because I'm claustrophobic. Maybe I'm claustrophobic. I didn't I don't have a ton of issues in closed spaces with people I know. Maybe it's just stranger claustrophobia. I don't know. But, it doesn't happen when I'm at Disney. When I'm in a line for Disney, I have no problem
Well, it's
because
very organized.
Also
The cruise
there's
ship is just like, and the
it's
lines are all over the place.
yes, and also at Disney, like, you can kinda make the space
Yeah.
needed in between people. You don't have to be crunched up.
But it is understandable. You're on a cruise ship, so there is a limited space.
Yes, there is limited space. So I think I was just I was just stressed because we were trying to find a line and then when I finally was gonna get some food, and then we had to get reverted to the longer lines, which were on the other side that we came from originally. And so I took my stuff that we had because I grabbed some parfait stuff. I went, put that down, and I ate it. And I told him, hey, message me when you get to the front of the line so someone can sit with our stuff because I didn't want to leave our stuff even longer than what we had already had it. And then good thing I was there because when I was sitting there, someone then came up to the table and said, hey, can I sit on this side of the table? I said, yeah, sure. I just need these 2 seats. And if I hadn't done that, who knows? Maybe they would have taken up the whole entire table, or they would have moved my stuff, our stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I sat there. And then Jonah had to wait in line. And then when he got up to a good point, then I went and I joined him, and then we got our food. However, the food was actually like very filling. Like it fills you up kind of quick.
It does fill you up.
I don't know why, but like I got maybe a full waffle size. It's split in half, so there are two pieces. And eating like half of one of those, I was like stuffed. I don't know what it is, but just be mindful. I mean, your eyes are hungry, but think of your belly, because I saw a ton of people that left a crap ton of food on their plate. And I mean a crap ton of
Yeah.
food. And they even have a sign that says, like don't waste. They don't want a bunch of waste. It's understandable for you not to finish. That's understandable, but don't overdo it knowing what you know about your body. But yeah, so let's just start. So that was like day one official after our embarkment day. So let's talk about the embarkment day. The process, like what was it like for us? And
Well, we got there pretty early, so we had to wait in the car for like an hour.
yeah, I didn't realize that I thought the parking was going to be a little bit more crowded.
No.
And so I was scared and trying to make sure that we had parking.
Yeah.
So that's why we got there as early as we did. We could have slept an extra hour at the hotel, to be honest. But I would rather be early than late
Yeah.
and potentially miss the boat altogether, because there is a final boarding time when you go on a cruise. And they'll give you a boarding time between the times in which you board. Anytime after your time is called, you can board up until the final boarding time.
Yeah.
Once that final boarding time hits, you're out of luck. You're getting left behind.
Yeah.
So we got on the cruise, and then we turned on our airplane modes and connected to the Wi-Fi, which for Carnival, they don't tell you what's going on. Some cruises apps will tell you what's happening on your cruise a few days before your cruise, like things that are happening, who your director's gonna be, all that type of thing. That does not have a Carnival. Carnival, you have to wait till you actively get on the ship and then open their app, and then you can see all the activities, or there will be an activity sheet when you get to your room when the staterooms open.
Mm-hmm.
The staterooms didn't open until 1:30, and so I needed to use the bathroom. Everybody and their mom needed to use the bathroom when we first got aboard the ship. So what we did is we stood in a line, let a dog sniff our carry-ons, and then went and sat at a
Welcome to the ship.
yeah. This lady took a picture of our passports and then took a picture of us, because that's what they're gonna use for your key card to get on and off the boat, and they're gonna match your
yeah.
face. So be camera ready if you want to look nice for that picture. No one sees that picture but the crew, so I didn't really care too much about it. And then we got on the ship. We were standing by the bathrooms, and this guy walks by us. He's like, "Hey, I'm doing a show in the next 10 minutes. Here's a voucher for you guys to win some raffle stuff." We're like, "Okay." And it started at 1 o'clock, and the rooms weren't going to be ready for another 30 minutes. And he was going to be telling us all about the things that were going on, where to locate things. And so it was actually good because it definitely talked about what was going on the cruise and how to navigate things. And so that was really nice. And then he did give away prizes and such. We didn't win anything.
He was talking about seeing him on the ship, but I only saw him when we were doing bingo. That was the only other time I saw him. I didn't see him sing all the time.
Well, he said he was
in one of the shops, right?
He said no. He said he said he was a certain place on the ship, but I don't think we ever went to that
Yeah, we
place on
probably
the
never
ship.
went to that spot.
I don't think we did. So yeah, And then when our room was ready, we went down to our room. We were on deck 1. The lobby was deck 3. The food was deck 9. Pool was deck 10. And our dining was deck 4. So
Deck 9 was the pool too. Deck 10 was the sports
oh,
and the sunbathing and stuff.
yeah. Well, either way,
hmm
it's all around the same.
All around the same thing.
All around the same where we weren't. And
Honestly, I expected the pools would be a little bit bigger with how many people are on a ship, but I guess with it being
well, we
as
never.
old of a boat as it is,
Yes, and we also never got to go to the kids' side pool, which I feel like was bigger.
yeah, it was a little bit bigger, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like it's massive thing.
But we went to the adult only side, and so the pool.
Yeah, on our day at sea, we went to the adult and the kids' pool was like shut down the entire day. So.
Well, they were doing
So many
military stuff, and
activities,
then
yeah.
they had a bunch of things going on. So then you're kind of skipping days. We wanted to go day by day.
Oh, my fault.
It's okay. So get into our stateroom, and then we get a little bit organized, get everything figured out, got our room keys, got our sign card. And then I had to go wait in guest services line to put a card on the room.
Yeah.
And when I tell you, that guest service line was so long. Everybody was in it. And I don't know why. There's like 20 million people in it. And
we missed the disembarkment. So, but I went outside and took a video of us leaving the island or leaving Florida.
Yes, he did get a video of us leaving. So that was because I planned on us being outside when we like actively left the dock.
Yeah.
But I had to get that sorted out so that we were able to, if ever need be, he wanted to get something to drink or, get a food item that cost, he could just scan his card. So the card that they give you, it opens your room and you can use it to pay for things. And to be able to pay for things, though, you have to have a card on file. I went and I tried to use a kiosk because I was married and the card didn't match the married name. I then had to go to guest services, and then guest services was able to put the card on the room. And so then we were able to purchase things like Vaseline because my lips were drying out so bad. It was terrible. So I had to go buy Vaseline because they really didn't have any like just plain chapstick. So if your lips tend to dry up, whether you're in like cold, dry, heat, whatever, just bring your chapstick. Always bring your chapstick. Mine was in the car. It was there. I had it. I just didn't think to grab it because I was like, I'm not going to need it. Should have grabbed it. But yeah, and the Vaseline is like small. It's a small size. It's like a travel size. It costs you $4.50. Now there's no taxes on it, but it's $4.50. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you don't forget anything because the cruise ship is not cheap. Even
I mean, they charge you for water bottles in your stateroom.
Yeah, don't drink the water in your stateroom unless you want to pay $4.50 for them.
For a bottle, it's like this big.
Just your standard size water. That's great.
We didn't open one.
Yes.
But
we didn't.
Because we brought our tumblers.
Yeah, we brought our tumblers. So you can bring your own you can bring your own water bottle on the ship. That is 100% allowed.
You just got to go to the top deck to fill it up.
Yeah, just go to the buffet area, drink area, and fill it up. Just make sure that it is empty when you board. Don't have any liquids in it. Yeah, so then we were going to go to a party. Did we go to that party? I don't think we did. What else did we do on
the first night?
Oh, we went to dinner. We went to our dinner and we met our server.
Yeah, we were supposed to have another couple, but we never ended up meeting them.
Yeah, the other couple never showed up. So what they do is if you book a cruise and let's say you're 2 people, they do have some tables in the dining rooms. And the dining room food, your dining it comes included. That is not extra unless you order something that they say on the menu is an upcharge, then that will cost you.
Yeah, so
But
you get an entree.
you get an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert
Mhm.
each night of the cruise in your dining room area.
Yeah.
And so we went, and so like there was multiple tables that had like 6 people, 8 people, like it sat different sets of people. And there are some that seat 2. But if 200 people come and they're all parties of 2 and you only have maybe 6 seats that only sit 2 people, the booths that sit 4 people, you'll put 2 and 2. And so typically you have a dining partners. So there were some groups that I saw that they had 3 in their party and then 3 other people sat, and then it just depends. So the people that were supposed to dine with us, the whole cruise, they didn't show up once to dinner. So we had the booth to ourselves. It was nice. We didn't have to make the small talk, but it would have been nice to kind of get to know another couple on the cruise or just hang out and talk. But there are some people who just don't do that, and you don't have to do it. It's
Yep.
included. You don't have to do the
'Cause you
dinner
got
if
all
you
the
don't want to.
buffets on the top decks.
Yeah, if you want to do the buffet instead, you can go up and do the buffet. It's more family friendly type foods like
Pizza, those chicken strips.
French fry, mac and cheese. The mac and cheese is not that great, but it's there for you. But yeah, so we went to dinner, and then after dinner, we did karaoke. So I do have a video of me doing karaoke that
She
I've got
sang Michael Jackson song.
and I sang Michael Jackson song. And then after karaoke, we went to the comedy show.
Yeah. Oh, I thought
Oh,
the
no.
comedy show was before.
Yeah, we did the comedy show, and then we did karaoke.
Yeah, and then we were gonna go to the late night comedy show that was for adults, but we both kind of fell asleep.
Yeah,
So,
I crashed out because
yeah.
it was so I was so tired. But yeah, so they do have comedy shows. There is one that's earlier, and then you have the late night comedy show that's going to be for your 18 plus. And if they have any children, they will tell you. It is of your own accord that they're sitting in here, and if they hear something that they're not supposed to, that was your warning. And
Yeah, they say it multiple times.
yeah, there was one show called Love and Marriage, and it was 18 and older, and she said multiple times, "This is an 18 and older show. If we have juniors in them, please either take them out or just know from this point on, whatever is being heard, you then
You're
have
held
to be
liable.
yeah, you're held liable for it. Like she cannot control what is going to be said, inappropriate or not."
Mm-hmm.
And so that was something that was said. But we wanted to do the late night comedy show because he really liked the first comedy show, but we just passed out. Oh, you can also bring an HDMI cord that connects to an adapter that connects to your phone or your iPad. We were able to connect and watch movies from my phone that I downloaded for us to watch. So that definitely comes in handy. So you're not stuck with the same 4 movies.
Yeah, because they have
They do have
them
channels that will play movies, but like in between the movies, they play so many movie trailers, and it's kind of the same movie trailers. And so
Yeah.
it's on a repetitive loop, and they'll play the same movies. They'll play 4 in the morning and the same 4 towards the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it's not really.
It changes every day, but it's.
Yeah. It changes by day, but at the same
They
time,
play the same
I'd rather
twice.
download the movies I want to watch and just watch them myself. The
Yeah.
only bad thing is I didn't download them to my iPad. I downloaded them to my phone, which I thought would just automatically show up on my iPad because it was through my account. I don't know. But yeah, but that's a cruise essential I think I would do every time I went on a cruise.
Yeah,
Is
so like when you come back at night
yeah, when you come back at night,
or in the morning when you wake up.
every time we came back from our day out or whatever we did, when we came back to the room, we were able to put on a movie that we wanted to watch. We didn't have to like just sit in awkwardness, I guess.
Yeah.
I did so day 2, we talked about breakfast, and then after breakfast, we went out for the Celebration Key. And I say grab a transportation.
Oh yeah, they have the shuttles.
They have shuttles. Grab a
Day.
shuttle. Grab a shuttle to take you to where the main thing is. Because if I hadn't done the walk, I would have been a lot
She was
easier.
just struggling because of
I was
she didn't have
struggling.
baby powder, but the walk really wasn't that bad.
The walk's not bad. It's actually really pretty. It's just my legs were just going right next to each
The
other.
baby powder comment.
Yeah, it was rough, and my shoes.
She also hadn't broken in their shoes too.
Yes, they were flip-flops, and I hadn't really truly broken them in, but they're great flip-flops. Like,
so my wife wasn't prepared for this adventure.
Yeah, I wasn't prepared for the walk, and if we probably wouldn't have done that, then I would have been okay. And then we made it to the beach. We got our sunscreen on. I laid out. We went into the water for a little bit.
Yeah,
water was nice.
We were on the beach for probably 3 hours.
Yeah, and then went back up to
the food hall on the island.
Yes, but I started a book. I was gonna try to finish my book that first day. It took me 2 days. I was peeved, but that's because we constantly were having to move and do this and change, and I wasn't sitting just in one place.
Yeah.
I had to keep moving to make sure that I wasn't gonna get sunburned, which I only got a little sunburn and it's already gone. So
yeah, we're much better prepared than when she came to the beach with my family last year.
yes.
And I proposed to her.
Yes.
But we were also wanting to spend as much time as we could together because she was only going to be there for 2 days.
Last year, yeah.
Last year.
So I stayed out all in the sun.
Yeah, it was actually this weekend last year.
Yeah, this weekend last year, we got engaged.
Yeah.
So we jumped to the food hall. Now, the food hall is a meal that comes with your cruise. If you go to Celebration Key, like if you're going to Carnival, there are food shops on there that come with your meal. One meal lunch is included. And so we got our meal, and I'm telling you, the food was making me feel stuffed that day. Like I thought the food was pretty good. The food was great on the island. I took maybe like 10 bites because they kind of piled it on. And I was stuffed and I couldn't finish it. And I was like, man, I need a cat nap so bad right now. We were going to test out the water, or we were going to go to look at the pools, but my walking just was not doing it. And it just
the
wasn't
lagoons were pretty packed.
So it was kind of going to be hard to find a shaded area because we needed a shaded area plus like two chairs, and it was going to be really hard to find. So then we left, went back onto the ship, went back to the room, ended up taking a nap, and it was elegant night, so we had to dress up for dinner that night. So we did dress up and we went to dinner. And so Carnival does these bracelets. They're $10 originally for the first bracelet and the charms, like both, so basically $5 each. and then it's $5 for the charms, and then you get 3.
Yeah.
You have to get each day. You've got to get one. One day they did, because it was such a short cruise, they did a 2 for one day, so it was $10. But each charm is $5, and then you get a free charm at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And so in a total, you're spending about $25, because you've got 10, 15, 20, 25, and then you get the free one. So $25 and you get a free bracelet. So I'm like, heck yeah, that's really cute. And so I have a new bracelet. I just don't have it on right now because it makes a lot of noise. But I did that. So every day we had to stop by the shops to be able to get that, though. I would recommend doing that. I don't think all cruises do that. I think it might just be Carnival. But yes. And then, oh, I've got to grab the magnet, because we've got a magnet to put on
we
the
bought a
fridge.
magnet.
We have a thing where we buy magnets for our fridge on every vacation trip we go on together. That's our shtick.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, day 2 was great. We had a great time. I did take a nap when we got back on the boat, clocked out, and then got ready for Elegant Night. And then the day, oh, he went and played basketball. He went to go try to do knockout basketball, and he won.
Mm-hmm.
He got a medal for it. So that was fun. And then he got to play basketball with some kids / adults. I don't know.
No,
their
they were high
age.
schoolers. Yeah, they all had to be high schoolers, I think.
You think so?
Some of them probably were middle schoolers, but
Oh.
the majority of them seemed like they were high school kids.
So he did that, and then yeah, that was fun. So our day at sail at sea, day at sea, where we were on the water, because he basically took a very big U-turn, is what our ship did. It went to the port and then got out and then took a big U-turn. And so what we did at sea, we just all
Well, we said it was gonna be a chill day.
yeah, we said it was gonna be a chill day. We did Deal or No Deal.
Won a bingo card.
We won 3 bingo cards.
Yeah.
To win a $5,000 prize.
Yep.
We did not win that either.
Yeah.
We did not get picked to go up for Deal or No Deal.
So we're just here to spend money, not win things, I'm saying.
Yeah, he has that in one of his videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we bought Deal or No Deal cards, and if you match up a certain amount of cards, like if you get 4 matches, you get $50, but like each match gets you something. So if you get two matches, which is what we got for all of
bingo
the
card.
cards, yeah, you got a jackpot bingo card that gets you the chance to win, but it's free. You didn't have to pay for that one. So that's nice. And then we went up to get food. Then we went to the adults only pool, which was crowded. Oh my goodness.
We did get some pool time, but we were surrounded by drunk people the
entire time. And so I was sitting reading my book.
One lady came up and was like,
how are you able to
focus on that?
She's like, are you able to focus on your book? And I was like, yeah. She's like, good on you. And she's like, I could never. And I was like, yeah, I don't know.
And Susan was like, go get me food. So I walked inside to the buffet, and they're like, excuse me, sir, but you're supposed to have a shirt on when you're in food areas. I was like, really?
Yes.
Like, right next to the pool. I walked from the pool to the buffet, and I'm walking right back outside.
Yes, but you should have a shirt on.
But
because if you lean over and grab something to eat and a chest hair falls off of you.
But people in tank tops and their armpit hairs are exposed. That's not any different.
No, they don't care about armpit hair. They care about chest hair, I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying there's reasons that they ask you to wear a shirt.
But I still got the food and brought it out to you because I wasn't getting to put my plate down and walk outside.
Well,
to get my shirt, and then
yeah.
So
but it is a valid rule. I wouldn't. It is what it is. It's past now.
yeah,
Yep. That day, the first day at the beach in Celebration Key, I didn't get burned. It was when we were at the adult pool because I had laid out on the top for a minute, and then we went back down, and then I was in the pool, and I was laying out at the pool, and I didn't like rotate in between as much, and I didn't have any shade because everything was filled up. Like we had to wait and keep eyes out for things to like go grab a spot. It was very crowded that day, but that's because everyone's staying on the ship. If we were at a port and everybody was off, we would have had the whole pool to ourselves probably.
I'm sure there'd be probably like 5 people.
Yeah, but we still would have had it.
Yeah.
And so it was our final day, and we made sure we got our picture. We got some pictures from, the dinners and we took some elegant pictures that we got. And we almost forgot to pick them up while we got them the next day, thank goodness.
And then we went to bingo. Moses Namo.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing we won was a shirt that they were throwing into the crowds.
Yeah, the guy tried to throw one shirt and it didn't make it at all.
And then he threw it.
And
he threw underhand, and then he threw it overhand, and that's when I caught it.
Yeah.
Because we were on the second deck of the auditorium or whatever. But yeah.
And then we went to the Love and Marriage where they asked questions.
A couple of questions that got deep.
Yep. And you were supposed to match your partner. And we tried to get on there.
Yeah, we were.
And we just
hollering.
They were not gonna pick us.
Because we were one of the newlyweds, but there was someone that got married on the ship, so they obviously got up there. But
yeah,
they picked a newlywed. They picked the oldest couple.
And then they
picked
a Tarzan and Jane.
Tarzan and Jane, basically.
Yeah, Tarzan and Jane. Everyone had to try to get the.
Picked 5 couples. Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to get the ship director's attention, the person who was in charge of the show. You tried to get her attention. She picked 5 people who got their attention and had all the men come up, and then all the women stayed at their seats, and the women had to say or get their Tarzan's attention, and then the Tarzan had to then do some sort of call to show that he was coming. Like, how are you going to show that you're on your way to save your Jane? And so we had some very interesting calls and movements. It was very interesting.
And one, so they had the men up on the stage, and one couple, this girl kept wanting to get up there so bad, she was like just ignoring everybody.
Yes, like she was not, either she just wasn't paying attention, she was not listening, but she was like, "Where's your Jane?" And she was like, she's putting on her shoes, because she was like, I want all the Janes to stand up, like where they were at. And
she started walking towards the stage.
She started walking towards the stage.
Stop, go back.
And people were saying stop. And then the person running the show was like, stop. You could go back to your seat. Just stay there. And then when she was explaining what to do, she was like asking her how are you going to get his attention? She started walking back up there again. She's like, no. And then, yeah, it was just, she just could not listen and follow directions. I don't know if she was
plastered or what.
I think she might have been drunk.
She seemed a little bit out of it.
Yes. And then when
she seemed very, very upset
when she didn't get up there. Oh my goodness. Her face, when they were sitting there and were having to watch the show, it was so mad. It was crazy.
There's some interesting stories up there.
Yeah. And so, yep. So there were 3 couples, and they were so sweet. There was a few that they had some really sweet answers. The newly married couple could barely match on anything.
Yeah.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. And then we decided that we were going to do our checked bags. So we had to pack up our bags and put them out in the hallway for them to be taken, for us to be able to just walk out without our bags and deal with anything. And we got off the ship so quickly compared to others. If you plan on going on a cruise, bring your passport. Don't bring your birth certificate because that line was notoriously long.
Yeah.
Passports got us in and out so
off the ship.
quickly.
Off ship, back to the car, on the way home.
Yeah, it was very quick.
It was cool seeing the other ships in the port too.
Yeah, we saw a Disney. It's like
Yeah, the Disney ship that's in Port Canaveral. We saw the Royal Caribbean ship that ports in Port Canaveral was there too.
Yep.
So
it was definitely a good time. We had a good time.
we
I
did have a
enjoyed
good
it.
time. That was our cruise adventure.
I probably would do maybe if we did another cruise, probably the Virgin.
Yeah, I would say that Celebration Key is not all of that.
The Virgin Voya or the Virgin, I don't know what it's called. Hold on, let me look it up.
Unless you're doing an excursion. We didn't do any of the excursions, so those
Virgin Voyages. That's an adult-only cruise. So
it's a cruise line?
Yeah, it's a cruise line, and it's just for adults.
There you have it.
So I think that would be the one that I would book just to see. It's considered more of a luxury cruise and can be a bit pricier, but I mean, it looks like it's...
At this point, I don't know if we'll be able to do that for a long time, though, because it's weird.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We might do one in 2 years. Maybe do another weekender type one.
Yeah.
Just to do a getaway. But yeah, it definitely was fun to experience.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
It's fun doing little activities on the ship.
I feel like an adult cruise would maybe sit better. I don't know, because you don't have the kids, and the kids can be kind of loud. Gotta worry about that.
Except for we did have some.
We did have people.
The first night, someone was up and out.
It was the second
2 o'clock in the morning, or it was the second night. One of the nights, there's people in the hallway, and the walls are not thick enough.
2 a.m. Like the walls, the door walls. Like I didn't hear anything from our neighbors.
No.
But it was outside our door. When I tell you there were people like hooping and hollering
and beating on
outside our door and knocking on either the door across from ours, but we heard them the whole time they were in the hall. And there are signs that say shh, to be quiet in the hallways because you don't know if someone's sleeping or not.
Yeah, they don't even have the intercoms going to the rooms.
No.
Stairways.
No. I'm just...
The only time it was when they were doing the emergency message when we first were on the ship.
Yeah. Because that's an emergency. You want everyone to hear it no matter where they're at. So I'm grateful for that.
Yep.
But we made it back.
We are back home.
Safe and sound.
Safe and sound, and dreading going to work.
I would rather be on a cruise right now.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But we had a great time. We'll do it again. Maybe bring some people along next time. But,
yeah.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye,
guys.